What's going on, Audio Skills viewers? My name is Ben Runyan. Welcome back to another video for AudioSkills.com. This week, we're going to go over drum programming and effects that you can use to beef up your MIDI sounding drums and turn them into something that sounds pretty good and pretty respectable. So for this particular project, we're just going to dive right in. It's something that I already have done, but I want to kind of show you how to recreate it, at least to a degree. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this little part here, and we're going to focus on the drums. So I got a little funky on my new Telecaster, my new guitar, which I'm pretty stoked about. And I got funky on the drums here. So down here, you can hear the drums. Pretty awesome sounding. So I can't take full credit for the programming there totally. That was a drummer loop that was converted to MIDI, and then I treated with a bunch of plugins. So we're going to get into how to do that. So to do that from scratch, I'm going to go ahead and just delete the whole thing right now. I'm going to leave the little clap function there, but I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm also going to try to do it as much as I can from scratch and show you how to kind of get some of that human feel from the drums and make sure they sound nice and tight and thick. So I did a rock drummer, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it here. I'm going to go ahead and convert it to MIDI. And then I'm going to go ahead and change the kit, in this case, to Slow Jam kit, which is the kit I actually used. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to delete all of the MIDI there. And I'm just going to focus on this 4-bar loop here. And okay, so obviously first things first, let me go ahead and make that bigger. The kick. So the kick is used throughout. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on every downbeat. I'm going to shorten that a little bit. And I'm going to use my velocity tool, actually, to make that kick nice and big. And I'm going to go ahead and put a closed hat on every offbeat. So let's see, hi-hat closed. So let me get my pencil tool back here. Hi-hat close, and I'm going to go ahead and start putting those in each offbeat. So second. So sounding pretty boring right now. I'm going to put in some extra touches. I'm going to put in a few open hats here and there. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to my pencil tool. I'm going to put in an open hat. So I'm going to put this every end of each bar. And I'm going to put a closed hi-hat after each one to close the hat, like you would on a real drum kit. Now I'm going to layer that snare or clap sound I have with the clap and snare here. Let's see here. Let's see if I like that sound. I do. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for each 2 and 4. I think that snare sounds cool, but I don't need it to be that loud. So I'm going to use my velocity tool. And I'm going to turn that down just a little bit for velocity. Cool. I'm going to start off the beginning of the bar with a ride edge. Okay, so I have the basic rhythm and feel of what I'm going for. And you know what? If I wanted to kind of get a little more human, I can use the velocity tool and kind of randomize the velocity of a few of these, make some of these louder than others and make some of these quieter, just to kind of get a little bit more of a human feel out of each one of these transients. Make some louder than others, make some really light. So let's try that now. I want to double up that. There we go. Okay, cool. I like that, but we're going to beef it up a little bit. So one of the first things I did was I actually threw a pedal board on there, and I think I had a little fuzz on it. So let's try that out. Nope, that wasn't it. I think I had some drive, maybe? That wasn't it either. So I know I had something on here. Maybe it was the graphic EQ. No. Man, it really does not want me to grab the graphic EQ. Ah, that's what it was. So I use the graphic EQ. So let's check that now. That's sounding a little more like it. I'm going to put a limiter on the end so I can kind of make sure that's not going past 0. That's sounding a little bit closer. And I remember that I put a distortion plug-in on that I thought was the pedal board, but in fact it was my FabFilter Saturn, and there was a specific preset I used, and I think it was this one. That's starting to sound right. So now it's starting to take shape a little bit. And as you can see, it's not something that you're just going to fly through. It's a very touchy, kind of give and take type of situation where you kind of got to get the right feel. So I'm wanting a little more kick out of this. So let me see if I can boost that a little bit without distorting. Just gonna try something here. It might not work. Let me try that. Try moving those off a little bit just to make sure those aren't so wooden. Maybe a little late. Maybe a little early. Cool. That sounds pretty good. So let me go ahead and solo that with the bass line, because I actually think that's starting to sound pretty neat. Now that I've done that, though, I do hear a bit of a mixing issue, and that's the relationship between the bass line and the drum. So let me try to see if I can fix that. Cool. Okay, that's sounding pretty good. So if you had heard that back by itself, it's possible you could think that that's a real drum kit. Now, using MIDI for drums is very, very, very difficult. The keys are randomizing velocity and making sure there's humanity in some of your hits, using the velocity tool to kind of randomize some of those velocities, using compression, and using distortion. And those distortion plugins can come from Logic, can come from Pro Tools, from Ableton. Using tube or analog model distortion, which is what this Fab Filter plugin is, that's kind of giving it some of that character. So just to give you an idea again. Very MIDI. Very warm. Additionally, that graphic EQ that I use from the pedal board, and this is the only plugin I'm actually using in the chain. Getting some of those human highs out of the mix. And then the compressor, which was already built into this drum kit in Logic. And then real quick, yeah, that snare has a weird little... There we go. And then using EQ to shape the sound a little bit, take out some of that hollowness of the snare, get some of that sizzle around the hats, and then most importantly, to really get that nice thump, I gave that a little boost with a low shelf on the EQ. So you can see, taking some mindful, very specific and intentful decisions with your MIDI drums can really help you get some of that human feel out of the drums. If you have any questions, please go ahead and throw those in the comments. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for another week of audio skills video. I hope this gave you a little insight on how to program MIDI drums a little bit better, especially in the acoustic realm. I know some of you have been asking for more acoustic stuff and less electronic stuff, so I wanted to touch on that this week. If you have any more questions about this, you want me to dive into my guitar sounds maybe in this project, we can dive into that together maybe in another video. So go ahead and shoot me a comment. Let me know. Thanks a lot. This has been Ben Runyan. Check me out at benrunyan.com. Stay tuned for more audioskills.com videos. Thanks a lot.